I would suggest whatever the experience of the body is right now, is that we'll use the first personal pronoun. I can become aware that I have a body and notice the experience of it and notice it, acknowledge it, and welcome it. Forget about so called thoughts. They cannot be welcomed, but they are the result of bodily processes. So just noticing the experience of the body as it is, without any fear, not the ideas or beliefs or perspectives or any other form of avoiding to be here. I would say the real thought, real reasoning is actually just insight. It is formed in my experience, and then I look at it and say, yes, it is like that. It is a receiving of the insight. Then I can reason. But if the experience of the body is absent, it is happening, but I am not aware of it. Then there will be what we call thoughts. It's really just a sense perception of the inside of the body. And of course, many avoid it because it is not pleasant. The body is indicating that it is not happy. There's a tension or an excitement that is very intense, or an unpleasant heaviness, almost like a dread. But the dread is actually not of the body. The dread is of the body mind, the identification of consciousness with the body. I am this body. Then it will be afraid of it. I don't want to be heavy and contracted. I don't want to be intense and buzzy and unpleasant. But that is the body mind. That is, the body mind is just the construct of the meeting of consciousness with a body, where consciousness is not aware that consciousness is real. It sounds weird, but consciousness not knowing that it is consciousness. Well, I'm just whatever. I don't like this. So noticing it is fairly ordinary. Oh, do I have a body? Ah, yes. Does it feel good? And then we can see it. We're not looking for feeling good or bad. We're looking for awareness of that which is taking place. But it's easy for us to know when our body is not feeling good. It's easy. And when it is feeling good, we take it for granted. We don't pay attention to it. So either way, it's just to really investigate this construct of the body-mind with which I am identified. Even as we perhaps are becoming attentive to this information and the experience of it, we can see that already the noticing perhaps is linked to acknowledging that some of what is being said might actually apply to myself, perhaps. And then maybe I, as consciousness, can be there to welcome this experience. The welcoming is not a doing, it takes place. But for that to occur, there needs to be a noticing and an acknowledgement. It is so. Going back to the little question, are you aware that I'm aware that you exist right now? You being whatever is being experienced. You see? It's never the experience. Who cares about the experience? We care about the one who is experiencing it. By playing this little game, are you aware that I'm aware that you exist right now? We are integrating and sort of condensing the three questions into one: noticing, acknowledging, and welcome. The first two require an intention. The third is a result which is natural. Of course, there might be some body there resisting it. No, no, no. I will not allow you to know that I know that you are there knowing that I exist. No. That is dangerous. But our body, perhaps, of course, there are also defensive qualities in our nervous system that will resist this. And they do it by generating more so-called thoughts and beliefs and images and so on. It's a fugue. I will get out of here. But notice how simple it is, even just considering this possibility, because it always has to be a possibility. It can never be a dogma. It is like this, shut up and swallow it. No, that is very violent. And also, it is stupid. It will never work. It has to be in the spirit of freedom, which is, oh, in my freedom, in your freedom, I can consider that it might be possible. That what is being said or experienced has some reality that actually is what I wish for myself. So it can take place here together in this way. And then it can take place when we are not here all together. Oh, I have a body. And the body, of course, like everything, is made of consciousness. Except in its own freedom, it is free to indicate when doesn't like things. It doesn't like what's happening. Alerts are being sent, signals are being sent. It might even create circumstances for me to have to face. The body is really consciousness, but we kind of punish it and educate it into stupidity, and then it becomes a body mind. There's a fragmentation. Oh, there is a body and there's a mind. But simply by affirming that it is possible, this is the freedom that we have as consciousness. We can recreate our experience from apparently being completely dismal and lost and not really subject to being liberated from anything. It is a complete loss. It is a total loss. There's nothing to do. Even from there, everything is taking place in consciousness, which means that if we understand this or we experience some of that, then it is subject to change very quickly, very swiftly. If perhaps I was experiencing some heaviness in my chest or downcastedness, or yes, like when the roosters have the crest fallen, I'm crestfallen. My crest is fallen. Despair has set, and it is a complete despair. But when it is illuminated in this way of, no, I'm being crestfallen, that is my freedom as consciousness. That is a freedom that I'm engaging with and actualizing. I'm making it real. At that level, you can just say, oh, I was just doing that. How silly. No, I will not be crestfallen. I can enjoy my life. The enjoyment is just, what is the enjoyment? Is to see that it's all a game. I didn't know it was a game. And when I see it's a game, it is liberating. But so perhaps then we can begin to sort of focus in on or render with more clarity what is the experience of the body. It is an experience of the body. The body, we don't know what that is. The world, we don't know what that is. We have the experience of those things. There are many interpretations that take place. So, because it is an experience, which means there's information there, then at the level of information, we can change it. We don't change it with some kind of agenda or a mechanical, logarithmic, mechanistic recipe. That is silly. It is changed just by seeing that this is taking place in awareness. That's where it's taking place. And then, of course, the body immediately responds because it is one with consciousness. It is a product of consciousness. It lives in consciousness. We simply dispel the crestfallenness of believing to be a body mind, which means a person. A person. Oh, this is all very personal. If we become more sensitive to the chest, then we can investigate what the content of the experience there is. It is not a chest inside of a body. No. It is the representation of a chest of a body within consciousness. You see, this is the key. At the information level, consciousness can change the world. At the level of objects and things, it can change nothing. Oh, they are already made. That's their fate. They were created and they will have a lifetime and they will be destroyed. But right now, in our body, my body, I can be very sensitive to whatever is taking place. It can know. See, this question is that's how it is designed. If it knows that I'm aware that it exists, then we're doing away with the intermediary, which is the identification with the body mind. Me. Me? You're talking to me? Yes, you. I'm aware that you are there doing things. And then it's like an effect. It's like, when if you've seen movies where maybe people are exorcised, there's an exorcism. It's very dramatic usually. But it doesn't have to be that way. It can be very simple. Someone is shown a symbol that the body mind is fearful of, and then it exits quickly. And then what remains is the body, which is open. In other words, consciousness has a direct link. It's been reestablished with the body. The body mind construct, in other words, the me, the delusion, is swept away. And that's actually what creates health. It creates the lightness, the openness, the smoothness, the evenness. The body is completely free, but we enslave ourselves. But this connection can be cultivated. We can simply know that there is a possibility, and then we actualize it in the cultivation by remembering it constantly, at all times. And if I forget, my body is going to be telling me. The evidence will be very direct. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, I have a tension. Oh, I have a weird buzzing in my face, or I don't know, whatever. Something is not good. The body never lies. No, I need to go to the doctor and also the psychiatrist and the psychologist as well, because there's so many things wrong with me. So many things. And at the level of the absence of consciousness, that is true, yes. Then, of course, it's all necessary. You have to go to every single helper that there is, healers, exorcists, whatever they are doing. I will go to them. Because consciousness is not real. You see? I live in a world that is very mechanical. So right now we can just notice it's like all this, whatever was said, it's just a meditation on possibly to invite being touched by intelligence. The experience of the body is in the experience of the body. It is not located here or there, it's located in consciousness. That body is there, this body is here, but the experience of those experiences of these bodies and whatever they are doing, that is located in consciousness.